Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Rotacude podcast. So it's been a while since I've been here doing podcasts because I was doing my dissertation for university and I'm finished. Yay! I'm so happy that it's done. I don't have to ever go back to university ever again, which makes me extremely happy. So for our return back, I've decided to make podcasts with videos. So I'm gonna put these on YouTube as well, I think, and then also on Spotify. So I feel like it might be more fun because then you guys can see what I'm reading at the moment. And then also because this podcast is about linking books with education and promoting literacy, I kind of want to show things like maybe books for children or I don't know, whatever I'm kind of into at the moment. So this whole episode is going to be about the Lord of the Rings series and The Hobbit. And yeah, so I just literally finished reading The Lord of the Rings. Look how big this book was. I think this is the longest book I've ever read in my life. And I'm so sad that it's over. I'm now just reading a romance book and it's just not the same. I just miss all the characters. I miss the hobbits. I just miss the vibe. It was difficult. There were parts that I was finding a little bit challenging, but I really enjoyed the whole story, the characters, everything. So yeah, it was both. So this was a 5-star, and then all 3 of the books in the Lord of the Rings series were also a 5-star from me. So I did really enjoy them. So basically in today's episode I wanted to talk about a Lord of the Rings summer, and so for you guys that are also just fans, so this isn't just for children. I am my degree was in primary education, so yeah, that's why I've kind of got a big interest in education and helping people, helping children in particular. So I wanted to make a Lord of the Rings summer for adults and children, or young adults as well, because you guys are reading too. So yeah, I am going to put this aside because I made a little thing on my iPad. So I made this little thing just to kind of summarize my ideas for a Lord of the Rings summer. So some of these are obviously it was very difficult because locations wise, I mean, not everyone's going to be able to go to New Zealand to visit Hobbiton, so because that's where the movies were filmed. So that is an option if for those adults out there who have bounds of money and time, or just those of you who are planning a holiday in the future and you want to do that. So that's obviously an option, which probably loads of you guys have heard about and talked about and everything. So yeah, and then something that I found that has been really cool, so I'm actually doing it myself, is this the Conqueror. It's basically walking challenges, and you can earn medals when you reach a certain amount of kilometers that you've walked. And they have the Lord of the Rings virtual challenges, so lots of people just sign up and you walk the amount for this medal, and then you will receive the medal in the post later. There is a price, and also you putting in the kilometers that you walk is very let's say honest based, so you have to be honest with yourself and with the company, I suppose, because otherwise you'll just get a medal and you didn't really earn it. So but I just want to show you the website. So here it is. This is the website, the Conqueror, and basically what you'll do is you sign up and then you'll download the app, and they'll give you the a code from your payment, so that for your challenge as well. So I'm doing the Shire challenge, which is the first one, I believe, and it's 145 miles, which is quite a lot, 233 kilometers. So yes, and I've gone, I think it's been, how many weeks? It's been 2 or 3 weeks, and I've managed to do 40 kilometers, I think, which isn't bad. But yeah, I still have quite a bit to go, 190 or so. So yeah, I've got some steps to get in, but it's super cool. So I just wanted to show you guys the medal for the Shire one, because it has the ring, which is so cool. So if I scroll down, I mean, these are all of the medals, so you can have a look on the website here. This is so cool. It has the ring in it. I just think that's really cool. So this is the one that I'm working towards at the moment. And then when you've done this one, then you can unlock the next challenges. So I'll see how I get on, because there's quite a lot of kilometers to walk. And oh, and you get postcards along the way, which is really cool, which I totally forgot about. So yeah, it's kind of like a way of bringing the book to life. It's really fun. You have a map on your phone, on the app, and then you can kind of like, it feels like you're on the journey out of Hobbiton. So it's really, really fun. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to share it. So yeah, if that's something that you're looking into, because that's something that everyone can do anywhere in the world, which is really fun. So, and it kind of, I feel like it would be good for like young adults too anyway. And maybe if you did it with a child, so like if an adult did it and then the child did it with them, and then they can have the medal together, I think that would be quite fun too. So yeah, it just really brings the books to life and the characters to life and how far they had to walk to life. So yeah, it's been really fun so far. So I'm if I get the medal, I hope that I can do it. So you have 2 years to complete the challenge, so I should be able to do that in that time. But when I get the medal, I'll show you guys, so you guys can have a look as well, because it's very cool. So I'm excited. The next thing that I was like thinking about for a Lord of the Rings summer is like outdoor cinemas, because they're quite popular like worldwide anyway, so you guys should be able to find them. I found one cinema. It's not an outdoor cinema, but it was in London, which is near me, and yeah, they play the Lord of the Rings, because obviously like the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies are not old, but they're not going to be in the regular cinemas anymore, so they're going to be replaced. So yeah, that was really cool. So that might be something to like think about and look into if you guys are trying to make a little bit of a theme around the Lord of the Rings, or even maybe for teachers, maybe they could do that too in schools. I feel like that would be really fun for the kids to go to a cinema. I feel like it just really helps when teachers bring things to life, like that Conqueror challenge, like the fact that you're walking so far, and I think I don't know if they've like predicted how far those like lengths were in the book where they walked and travelled and rode horses and stuff, but it's still really amazing to kind of experience that effort that they had to put in and really imagine what it was like. So yeah, I just feel like us teachers, we should really try and find ways like this to bring books alive and really help the children to really understand the characters' feelings and their experiences. I think it's really cool. The next thing that I found out was that the Lord of the Rings and like Middle Earth was very much inspired by the Burren in Ireland, which is a beautiful landscape. So this is the Ireland.com website, and when I was doing a bit of research into the author J.R.R. Tolkien, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I think he was born in South Africa, or am I making that up? He wasn't born in the UK, but he lived and like grew up, I think, in the UK and in England. But anyways, and then he was really inspired by the Burren in Ireland, which is a beautiful landscape, and that was his inspiration for Middle Earth, which I just think is a really cool like fact to know, and I feel like that would be a really interesting thing for the children to explore. So any teachers in Ireland, I know they have a completely different curriculum from what we do here in the rest of, well, Ireland is its own country. They do their own curriculum, which is one of the top curriculums in the world, may I say. They do really good in the PISA examinations each year. Yeah, so those schools that are in Ireland, I'm sure they do get chances to visit this when they are looking into the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit books. Yeah, I just think it's incredibly beautiful. The landscape is amazing. I mean, that is exactly how you picture the Middle-earth in the Lord of the Rings. Well, that's exactly how I picture it anyway. So yeah, I think it's just a really cool fact, the thing to explore. And yeah, I'd recommend looking out on the Ireland.com website. They also have an article about how the Burren landscape inspired J.R.R. Tolkien, so I'd recommend looking into that because really, really cool. Then I was thinking like for younger children, because obviously reading this as a young child, I think that would be quite challenging. So I did actually find quite a few like child-friendly things. This was really cool that I liked. The HarperCollins children's books, they published an illustrated version of The Hobbit, which I haven't I don't have a physical copy, but I just think it looks really good and yeah, it's really sweet. So I think that that is pretty cool. So that's something that I would use with the younger children, just to get them into the whole idea, and because it's just such a fantastic book. I mean, it's so well written, and getting children into such amazing literature from a young age would be incredible. So I think it's a really good entrance into creating good readers for the future. And then I also found this, which they don't have them anymore, so they're not publishing them anymore. But basically, in 1978, there was an animated version of the Lord of the Rings film, Lord of the Rings book, and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. So it's available on Amazon. I'm sure you can have a look around and find it elsewhere. And I wrote a little note because this is exactly how I imagine the Hobbits to look like. This is so sweet. I think the drawings are beautiful, the illustrations. So then from the film, the Fantasy Films Books published an illustrated book using the illustrations from the movie. So I have found a couple like available secondhand, and they're not that expensive actually. You'd think that because it's like sold out, it would be quite expensive. So for those of you who are interested in getting younger children into the Lord of the Rings, that's a really good thing. You can find them on eBay and probably other like secondhand sales and things like that. So have a look around. And I wanted to try and find some Lord of the Rings children's versions, maybe something like The Hobbit that was illustrated. And if I do find them, I'll leave a link below so that you guys can get access to those for younger children. And then obviously I feel like not all, but a lot of these books you can get in the library. So that's more of a cost-effective way of being able to introduce children to J.R.R. Tolkien and his amazing literature. And so I also was just having so much fun about like planning a summer for children and adults, young adults, about the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So I created this little challenge thing. So I'm going to leave a link. I think I'm going to create like a Google Docs drive so that you can get free access to these and you just print them off. So I created this. This is a children's version of the challenge. So yeah, reading The Hobbit, but a child-friendly edition like the one that I showed you, and then creating your own Hobbit house using any materials. I feel like that would be a really fun activity. I kind of want to do it. Oh, I should have done it for this this video. That would have been really good. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll do it if I actually do manage my walking challenge and get the medal. Maybe I'll build a Hobbit house using materials to kind of give some children an idea, because that would actually be really fun. But yeah, so they're just oopsie, make a line everywhere. No. What is happening? There we go. Anyways, so I also thought that maybe if like this channel does kind of get more popular, that I'd like to make stickers so that you can put the stickers on. So but yeah, that's a future thing, depending on if this actually gets popular with people. And because I really want to just build a community of like people that are passionate about literature and education. So those two things are like my passions. So yeah, just bringing these books to life for children is what I really want to do, because I love reading, and I will talk about the books that I like to read, just like the many other amazing book YouTubers out there. But I just really wanted to kind of draw that into an educational field, and maybe teachers can take some inspiration from this as well. So as well as making one for children, I've made one for young adults and adults. So this is the one that I've made for young adults and adults. Obviously it's a little bit more complicated. It is reading the actual books, the ones that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote himself without illustrations, although there are a couple illustrations here and there. A couple, you'd say. But yeah, I think, and then I also wanted to include like movies as well, so watching the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies, which I haven't watched yet. So I cannot believe this, guys. I'm 24 and I've never read the books and I had never watched the movies, which is shocking. So I'm really happy, because so basically for me, literature, when I was younger, I was really interested in reading. I remember one book that I really loved. It was called The Emerald Atlas. Let me just find the name of the author. So yeah, The Emerald Atlas was written by John Stevens. So I remember loving that book. I read it in year 5, so I would have been 9, 10, yeah. And I just loved it so much, and I really loved reading. And when I was in year 7 and 8, my teachers would always like talk about with my parents that I was good at literature, but then I really lost a lot of interest later on, because I felt like the curriculum would force us to read books. So reading Shakespeare kind of put me off because I couldn't understand the language. It was very complicated for me. And that's actually one thing that I really wanted to kind of talk about anyway, is that I feel like we need to have more modern or like up-to-date classics in the curriculum. You know, maybe why can't, I don't know if this is in the curriculum, I don't think it is. It's usually Shakespeare, and then, oh, who else? Jane Austen, Charles Dickens. So amazing authors. I love Charles Dickens because he was a bit more like closer to our generation rather than Shakespeare, which I just could not understand. The stories are beautiful from Shakespeare, but the language was just too complicated for me. So anyways, yeah, I just feel like maybe the curriculum should have more modern classics. So these would be incredible. A lot of young adults and teenagers read these books. I think I remember quite a few of my like peers at school reading these, and I just never did, because we had to read Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet and things that I just kind of lost interest in reading. So when I turned 20, I started to read again, and yeah, so I want to talk about those books as well. But I'm very conscious of making this channel accessible for like young adults and children in particular. Yeah, so, but anyways, I just really loved this series, and I just wanted to make a whole video dedicated to it. I have lots of fun ideas for this channel and for this podcast. I have an Instagram which you can go and follow, which will be somewhere on the screen for you to find it. Also in the links below. Please make sure to subscribe or follow, leave a review for the podcast, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to carrying on with this podcast and talking more about books and education. So if that is something that interests you guys, I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you for joining me here today, and have a lovely day. Goodbye.